Marriages struggle after you have babies. I think it's time we stop sugarcoating this. Only the strongest make it through marriage when they have children, and it's not because your children are difficult. It's because you're going through an entire new different experience with your husband. Now you have to work with each other and really communicate, not attack each other, and a whole lot of patience. I believe a lot of husbands are not necessarily taught a lot about women. This doesn't make them a bad husband. It just means if they understood a little bit more about hormones and what women go through, not only postpartum, during pregnancy, menstrual periods, menopause. As women, sometimes we just feel so misunderstood, especially when all of these emotions and hormones are high. When I gave birth to my daughter 6 years ago, our relationship at the time really struggled. I was exclusively breastfeeding. That means no pumping, no bottles. I was solely feeding my daughter 100%. I was mentally struggling and did not want to admit it to myself or my husband. I wanted to so badly be the partner and the mother that could do it all. For the first year, it was great. And after that, I think things just really started to take a turn. I started to lash out. And I believe that I really just started to build up some sort of resentment towards him because of what I didn't want to speak up about. Instead of communicating about how I felt and what I expected, I would then lash out and say, you don't do A, B, C, and D. Exclusively breastfeeding also means that I cannot work. I cannot physically go and work somewhere because I'm solely responsible for my daughter being able to be fed, for her comfort at some point. I breastfed her until she was 2.5 years old. And once again, 2.5 years old is a very, very long time. Postpartum depression gets talked about a lot, but not postpartum rage. And that's what I was going through. And I felt crazy. I thought that the way I was acting was me falling short and me being a bad partner or a bad mother. Even though I was doing all these amazing things for my daughter and giving up my whole body for her, I still felt like I wasn't doing anything for anybody because I wasn't providing an income and I wasn't taking care of myself. When I finally fully got my daughter off of my breast at almost 3 years old, I looked into getting a job that would fit in between our schedules. A little regular serving job, nothing fancy, but it helped me give a little bit of my sense of self back. I felt my personality coming back, and this is why I believe women need to do something for themselves. It's regardless of what that is, have something for yourself that you can do for yourself. After working for 1 year, I decided to be a stay-at-home mom again, and this is when our conversations really started to mature, really started to have a really deep and open communication of what my expectations were and what his were. Now, I will be honest, I'm a hopeless romantic. So the things that I expect, I was telling myself for so long that it is just not possible because men are not built that way. We're told that men and women are completely different and we're never going to understand each other. For instance, if a man loves you and you tell him, I want more romance, I need you to be romantic, and they say, I'm not romantic, they don't love you. Marriages take so much work, specifically after kids, especially if you have no help like myself. We would hardly get date nights through the whole baby phase, toddler phase, until she got old enough where I could trust somebody to watch her age 5 and up. Before that, maybe once or twice a year. If you have no sitter, you know what they're gonna do? They're going to set up romantic date nights in the living room. Just because it gets harder does not mean it's impossible. Having kids makes you want your old relationship back, but what you both have to understand is that relationship is no longer here. Just because they work and you're home does not mean they are incapable of helping in any way that they can. Don't be afraid to speak up. If you want something and you expect something, ask for it because they're not mind readers. The reason I want to share this with you is not everybody has a perfect solution. Every man is different, every woman is different, every baby is different. But what I am going to tell you is that it is normal. And I wish somebody would have told me that it was normal, so then I wouldn't have felt like I was a crazy person for feeling the way that I felt, and that my husband wasn't a bad person. It was just the way that I was feeling because we have hormones, we have high emotions. We just need a good community of people that can understand you and not make you feel like you need to divorce your husband the first second it gets hard. My husband now is a completely different man than I knew when we first had our daughter. It took a lot of work to get here. But with a strong woman that communicates what she wants and is not willing to accept anything but what she wants, you're going to get the man of your dreams. And never settle because nothing that you want is too far-fetched.